Chile and some other track as well.
Ahora a nosotros, la gente.
Sí, sí.
Okay, as you can see, this is our flag. This is an example to explain the colors of a flag. The red color. The red color is because of the people who fight against the Spain people in for the independence. And the white color represents the range mountains, the snow of the range mountain. And the blue color represents the ocean and the sky. And the star represents that we are one state.
It's pretty similar to the Texas flag.
Here's some examples of our typical food. Soup with corns, pumpkin, meat, and more ingredients, potatoes.
It's like the Chilean ramen.
Yes. Okay. And we will have a Chilean salad, and the name is also Chilean salad made with tomatoes and onions and some green vegetables. And the middle we call this completo. It's a kind of hot dog, but you put tomato and avocado and mayonnaise or ketchup if you want. And the dish is our beans, and we eat this with noodles and more ingredients like corns, potato. Yeah, I don't remember. And also we have corn cake. And it's made with many ingredients, even eggs, chicken, cream, and many other more, etc.
Empanadas.
And yeah, empanadas. Chilean empanadas. We call the typical Chilean empanada is pino, empanada de pino.
And may I ask, do you fry them or do you do them at oil? Do you do them
In the two ways.
Okay, both.
Yeah, we have in both ways, but the typical empanada de pino is made in the
oven.
Yeah.
Oven. And which ones are better?
Yeah,
Completo.
it's much better.
Completo is not a typical food of Chile, but it's so consumed that when I'm a child, I think that completo is made of Chile, as if from Chile. But I think it's the most delicious thing, hot dog with avocado, and it's a perfect date. Like, hey, let's hang out to eat completos.
You can eat completo whenever you want, even like breakfast, even lunch, and in the evening to have dinner, whenever you want, whatever.
It's like drinking beers.
Best combination.
Best combination
Best
with
combination,
beer,
yeah.
with tea, with soda. Okay, here we have some examples of Chilean fauna. The first one is huemul, the condor that also exists in Peru. Sea wolf. You can see this animal in our city. We have a heifer where sea wolf sleep there. When a normal day, when people walk on the street and you can see a sea wolf, and yeah, it's kind of dangerous, but it's normal. So Johanna went to Chile and saw some of sea wolf there.
And they smell a lot.
And we even have a video in Antofagasta, in our city, that is very famous there because we have problems with the sea wolf because they were trying to cross the street where the cars go there, and neither the police could to take them back to the sea, and the It was like
The police is not enough. So here comes the Aquaman of
I made the people call Aquaman, make the seawolf come back to the ocean like this.
with the
Come back,
class
come back.
power.
It's so fun. And other animals like voodoo, that is like a deer, and humble penguin. They're so nice. There are many penguins in Chile. Chinchilla, cougar. It's good to say cougar. Cougar and llamas. Llamas are very common in the north of Chile, like some Saint Peter, Atacama, the most driest desert in the world.
And Condor and Huemul, there are the shape, escudo, what is it?
Escudo shape.
Are the
Typical Chilean animals that represent us.
the most important animals, but you never see in your entire life because I don't know where is that animal.
At least in Ecuador, because it's our national animal, the condor.
Yeah, national
It's
animals.
in danger of extinction.
Like in the wildness, you can see that animals.
But most of them, unfortunately, are in danger of extinction. That's a shame.
And ladies and gentlemen,
We will show you the picture. Aquaman. And they come back, it's like Tarzan.
They called him for help.
It's like people who sleep in, it's a person who sleep in the
it's a homeless,
yeah, it's the kind of homeless. And
I like that.
the most powerful.
okay, this is our national flower called copihue. It's like it have a bell shape, as you can see, and they exist in 3 different colors: in red color, pink, and white. I don't know if you can appreciate there. You can move. And we have this kind of brand in Chile that appears there, copihue, for make fire.
Again, it's the most important flower, but you never see it like in the, it's like in the specific
It's
position
hard to find out.
location. Yeah. But you can see in the matches box every day in your kitchen.
Okay, this was only general information. Here we will start with the curiosities that maybe you didn't know about Chile. And the first one is the oldest mummies of the world live in Chile. You thought that maybe were the mummies in Egypt, but Chilean mummies are more old, even before Christ. And they are called mummies of Chinchorro. And they are in the north of Chile. I think it's Iquique.
Are they colorful?
It's
like masks.
Yeah. I don't know where the color comes from, but maybe somebody painted them.
Where are they? Like, where do you find them? Do you find them like?
On the street.
There is a museum.
How are they like preserved?
Preserved.
In a mysterious way.
Are they
I'm not
in
sure
a
how.
museum? Like,
Yeah, there must be a museum that have the mummies preserved.
is there any kind of estimate how many thousands of years old?
9,000 years ago.
Yeah, but are older than Egyptian mummies.
That's the only matters. They're older than the I like that.
Okay, second, all the firefighters are volunteers. There are some countries where firefighters receive a salary but it doesn't exist in Chile. They work as volunteers, so you cannot gain money being firefighter. You just are a firefighter because of your love, the passion that you have to help people.
So do you have a problem of like having too little firefighters or people like just come and they're like, there's always enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are enough.
Yeah, really? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But but there are some debates about this because it is dangerous to be a firefighter. You know, you have many risks, so that's why there are some debates about that. But they still work as volunteers, not as in other countries like Poland. In Poland, they are firefighters that work like volunteers and as well work with salary.
They have a job, but they do this in every time.
Okay, the next one.
That's why.
Very weird.
Yeah, very weird. The third is it has the driest place in the world called Atacama Saint Peter. San Pedro is in Spanish, and it's in north of Chile. It's I think 3 hours or 4 from Antofagasta, the city where we live in the north. And you can find out there llamas, a village there where some people live, but it's very tourist, so you can buy souvenirs there, and flamingos, and they are pink flamingos because of the food that they eat, and some church and more things. You should go to discover more.
Yeah, the ground on St. Peter is like the ground on Mars. It's very, very, very similar. United States, NASA, and that kind of stuff. When sent rover, the Curiosity, that rover that is in Mars, they had a test in St. Peter. For the ground.
Besides, the sky at the night is beautiful because it's very clear, so you can see the star very, very clear.
So if you go to Chile, you go to the Santiago Antofagasta, come visit us, and go to San Peter.
We will do.
Okay, 4. Pisco is one of the national drink.
Isn't it Peruvian?
Yeah, it's in Peru,
Okay.
but
I know it's a debate between Chile and Peru.
but also in Chile. But there's a difference because we prepare pisco in a different way, and we call this drink piscola. And we make this with pisco. That one is a Chilean pisco. We mix this with Coke, and we put ice on it. And it's sweet, but you can get really drunk with it.
It's delicious, but it's the most powerful drink that you ever drink in your life.
It has 35 degrees of alcohol. Yeah, it's not too much, but 4 glass, it's enough. So people drink piscola.
There are some famous drunk people in Chile because it's a drunkard culture there in Chile. There are so many viral videos of people drinking and say random stuff, and here one of them. Normal Chilean people.
They start so many bicycles.
And Chilean wine is famous all over the world. You can even find out wine in Lithuania, and even here. Even we actually bought wine in the supermarket. But it's a wine that we haven't tried before, but it's gonna be a surprise
For everyone.
And that brand is one of the typical Chilean wine.
Notification.
And he's an actor that used to do this commercial about the other brand that is got cat.
We bring us to you a wine. It's not the better, but I think Chilean people sometimes don't drink the beer, so it's a Chilean experience.
It's gonna be surprise for everyone.
We have National Wine Day.
Yeah, the National Wine Day is September 4, and it start from the 2015 year by the previous president called Michelle Bachelet. And yeah, that day you should drink wine.
Maybe you can switch the
Aquí
place,
no voy a
yeah?
alcanzar. No, creo que hay que poner una extensión.
Technical problem.
Ah, esto es para esto.
You can make question if you want.
Creo que, mira, máximo acá.
So the wine day is like a public holiday to get it off from work, or how does it work?
The wine day? Wine day.
The National Wine Day is like a public holiday that you get
No.
off from work, or everybody drink wine at work, or how do you do that?
Not exactly. Actually, it's a not well-known celebration. Honestly, when I was looking for information, I discovered that we have a National Wine Day because there's a National Day for almost everything. But yeah, and now that I know, like, we can drink wine every September 4th.
But in Chile, always are an excuse to drink.
Yeah. So the next one.
Bye bye.
Okay, Chile is very, it's a country where earthquakes are very common, and here we can compare. There are some pictures that shows the Nepal. I don't know if do you remember the Nepal earthquake? It was very big, rich scale, but in Chile it was even more than that, and it's happening in the south of Chile, in Valdivia. Yeah, Valdivia in the year 1960, and was in a scale with a
9.5.
9.5. Yeah, yeah. It was terrible. Look at that. This picture is an example of that. The Earth, something.
9.5, but expert says that was more powerful because in that area the machines that see the
Seismograph.
Yeah.
the maximum is just like 9.5, so could be more than that.
But unfortunately, I thought this was very terrifying in Chile. It's very normal in the north of Chile that we have big points of reach of earthquake, but are not too. I don't know how to explain. Are not too dangerous. Doesn't make too much the damage because it's very rock zone.
Yeah,
the north of
the
Chile.
ground is full of rock. When people try to make a construction, needs a lot of TNT to blow up
Must be prepared
the
for
rock.
the earthquake.
Yeah, but it's normal when our people of other countries in Chile. It's a little earthquake, and for us it's like.
But you're studying an earthquake. Okay, it's okay. Okay, here we have pictures, and it has a beautiful landscape of Patagonia. Have you ever listened about Patagonia?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's some clothing for
Yes.
But it's beautiful. That you can find out beautiful spots there. And the first one picture is Torres del Paine. It's a little bit expensive, but you should go. You should go to visit.
It's like
beautiful.
trekking.
Yeah, you can do trekking there, and yeah, skipping. And yeah, it's amazing.
Torres del Paine appear in like $1 Chilean money. And this is the low bill that we have on Chile.
It's like
and in the background you can see Torres del Paine. Yeah.
You can see, and ask the others, or everyone can see.
Is that like really high up in the altitude? Like
This?
a lot of meters above sea level?
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm not sure how many
Okay.
kilometers.
It looks like it's yeah. It looks like
It looks like
Okay, Chile is the largest producer of copper, and the second one is Peru. So here we have some example of the minery, and even actually we live in a city called Antofagasta, which is a very minery city. Most of the people there work in minery, so it's not too touristic. It's more minery. That's why it's kind of expensive city as well.
Yeah, Antofagasta is the wallet of the country because the copper.
And in 2017, more than 5 million metric tons of copper were produced, and that's a lot, as you can see. Pascua Islands. Have you ever listened about Pascua Island? Yes, it's a very famous island in Chile. And you can find their palms. It's a subtropical weather, and the people there name is Rapa Nuis? No, Pascuenses, and they speak Rapa Nui. Is the original language there. So here we have another picture of Moais, like the stones, like statues there, and there are many stories about them, many legends and myths.
Creepypastas.
And stories, yeah.
Was it like a couple of years ago there was some tourist from Finland who did something to mice, like damaging or not damaging, but did something like 2 years ago. It was
Yeah, I heard something about it, like
yeah, they were from Finland.
Yeah, but when you see the emoji of mice, you can say this is Chile.
Yeah.
Easter Island in English?
yes.
Easter Island. Now,
Cueca is the national dance. Well, we have many kind of national dances, but Cueca is the most famous and the typical dance that we used to dance in the National Day, which is September 18. And here there is an example of Cueca, and you can explain more.
so it sounds something like this.
About the chicken.
Yeah, the cueca, it's like horny chicken dance because they're imitating the flirting of a chicken to.
With the love of actually it's a man who is in love with a woman, and they are like kind of flirting. So that's the dance about.
So the chicken is
Like the chicken do.
Like in the corners, and it's typical. And you can help the dance with.
Yeah, with claps. If there are two persons dancing cueca, but people around usually make claps to accompany, to support the dancing.
And when the people start to sing in the song, you start to dance. This in the instrumental first part is like you with your partner. You walk in, like looking around,
and if you
like a date.
And if you get lost, you only have to hear the music, because the music tell you turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around again. And so you know when you have to do the next steps.
This in the 18th September, all day. Like the flags in Denmark in birthdays, but in September, all with
But
Chilean
honestly,
flags.
it's kind of difficult to learn at first. It took me about 3 weeks to learn this dancing in school.
But Chileans don't know of memory the dance. When it starts September, I search on Google like how to dance, and I look and I remember how to dance.
There are about 500 active volcanoes. Yeah, there's a lot. And the first one is an example of a volcano in Villarrica, a very famous volcano that erupts. As you can see in the picture, it looks in the city. And yes, very, very typical there.
Earthquakes and volcanoes. That is short.
Okay, Chileans keep their surnames when they marry. So there are some countries that the wife usually gets the surname of the husband. But in Chile it doesn't happen. The wife keep her own surname. So that doesn't happen. And the equality marriage now is legal. But it's not like a marriage in the church. Actually, it's like a civil union. Is it good to say? Civil union. Next one.
The bill come back in Chile don't happen.
Regresó en Chile, no pasa
Okay.
eso.
Chile has 6,500 kilometers of coastline. So, as you can see, it's a very, very long country, and it has like a pepper shape. It's very, very long and stretched. And there is some example of coastline, the most biggest coastline in Chile, and that one, the beach, as you can see. Is a picture of our city, Antofagasta, and that famous rock is famous because of its shapes of with the hole inside, in the middle. And the other ones in other cities like Concepción, Valparaíso, and Osorno, I think so.
This is a comparison of the size of Chile in Europe and United States.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So considering the fact that you're really blocking Argentina from the access to the sea, is there like any tension or anything like that?
Always there is a tension with our neighborhood country, but not for blocking the Pacific, because they are blocking the Atlantic.
More is with empanadas, no?
No, empanada is a safe place.
But empanadas, Argentina empanadas isn't between Chileans and Argentinians.
There are Argentine empanadas, but the Argentine empanadas are made with other ingredients, with meat as well, but a little bit more ingredients are different.
Also llama.
Llama?
Yes, and they are the best actually.
Oh wow! You try
Yes,
Argentine?
but I actually like the llama just without the base. The best. The llama.
For that question, I think that with Peru the conflict is the pisco. With Bolivia the conflict is the sea, because they don't have sea.
Bolivia.
And Argentina the football matches and that kind of stuff.
Okay. The Andes mountain range extends through all the country. You can see that all over the country there is a picture of Santiago, the capital, and where you can see the picture, I think it's from a building, and you can see the range, the mountain range there, and the other pictures above, below. Move, can you move? Gato. As you can see in the map, the mountain range with snow.
So that's separate from Argentina side.
Yeah, it's separate.
A natural separation, yeah. People at the capital, they are very different for people of our cities. People of our city is like, you say, hello, good morning, it's more like touching, but the people in the capital, it's like you don't exist, more cold.
They live in their own
War,
own life.
In fact, when people like us, like of the city, come to Santiago, and we are just living and say hello and that kind of stuff, people in Santiago say, you are not from Santiago, you are from the city. And
Yeah, because you can also realize it from the accents sometimes. Yeah, it's different. Next one. Can you move a little more to the mapa? Well, the largest swimming pool is in Chile. The largest swimming pool in the world is in Chile, and this one is a pool in a vacation complex of San Alfonso del Mar. It is está en San Alfonso?
Viña del Mar.
Viña del Mar, in Valparaíso. And you can even dive there, swim, but it's a salty swimming pool. It's salt, it has salt. And the second one, the second largest swimming pool in the world is in Chile as well. But it's in Antofagasta city, where we live. But this one is a complex, it's a vacation complex, but in Antofagasta you have to live there to swim there, or somebody who lives there that invites you to swim.
Yeah, this is like a public pool, and it's like in summer, full of, hey bro, let's check it. Let's talk.
Very touristic.
Eating this hot dog.
And here we have a bonus track. And we in Chile, in the it's more in the north, but all over Chile has very clear skies. So if you study astronomy, you could make investigation there, because we are very fortunate. We're very lucky because of our skies, and we have even observatories in our city too. And in Saint Peter, the driest desert that we showed you before. And as this is one of physical theater course, here we have some example of Chilean actresses and actors, as you can see. And one of my favorite actresses is, I don't know if you have ever seen one of them. My favorite is the first one is Claudia Disertamo, because she's, I think she's a very good actress. And yeah, all of them are very good actors, but the first one is my favorite.
I can't see her.
Can you move?
You see her one in Peter?
No, I was just looking at the same, but she's in.
And the next one, an example of some Chilean actors.
My favorite, Pedro Pascal.
Actually, as you can see, there is an actor that appears in Netflix, Jorge Lopez. I don't know if you ever seen him.
Is he from Narcos?
The box one, what's his name?
Narcos.
There is my Nicolás, yours.
Pedro Pascal.
Okay, next one. And here we have some famous Chilean theater plays. And the first one is La Pérgola de las Flores in Spanish. It's a very famous play in Chile because of classic. And yeah, most of Chilean people know that play. And this is an old picture of original from the year of that play, and there is the actress, actually, in nowadays. Yeah, it's all down. Another place, La Negra Esther, and the black and white is original picture, and then the colors have been another place that have done have acted their play, and the other one is La Remolienda.
There are like people to live in the city, go to the pueblo, ¿cómo se dice?
Village.
The village to the big town. So that is the context of the.
La Pérgola de las Flores. The context. Yeah. So thank you so much. You're Can you please say again, chi, le to record? Okay. Say chi. No. Oh, I was wrong.
C-H-E-N, you say she.
Yeah.
L-A-N, you say
Okay,
le.
let's try it again. Sachi. Chi. Ele.
Chi, chi, chi.
Le.
Viva Chile.
Viva Chile. Thank you so much. Let me take a chili flag.
What do you think? What do you think about guaguitas?
Love it.
Oh, mom.
Love it.
Babies.
What I wanted to say, pardon me, the lama
very similar.
is the best dish.
Yeah, we have some
Ramitas de queso. Like cheese stick.
Yeah, what is it?
So good. What is this?
Cheese stick. In Spanish, ramitas.
Interesting. Cheesy. Wow.
This is on parties, always on parties.
Oh, shit.
Perfect mushies. Smooshies? Like when you are high and you feel hungry.
Ah, yeah. Good one. Yeah, mushies, yeah. Munchies, yeah.
Munchies,
Word.
Yeah, maybe. Sambal, jambal, in your head, jambal.